So we're getting ready for the next event. It's the final of the women's 200 meters. The world leader, Allyson Felix, she goes in lane 6. And she's up against the double Olympic champion, Veronica Campbell-Brown, who goes in lane 5. Felix with 2 world titles, Campbell-Brown with 2 Olympic titles. And let's not forget, in the form of her life, Debbie Ferguson McKenzie of the Bahamas, who goes in lane 4. Got very close to a personal best in the semi-final in qualifying for this event. But the beautifully smooth running of Allyson Felix has been a real pleasure to watch in recent seasons, and she goes in lane 6. There is the full lineup for the final. So from the inside, Eleni Artimata of Cyprus came here with a best of 23.16. She's twice set national records down to 22.64. The Mediterranean Games champion excelling to make this final. 22.83 in the first round, 22.64 in the semi. Similarly, Emily Freeman has taken her best down in these championships, also 22.64 to qualify, just ahead of Artimata, semi-finalist Olympic Games, twice the British champion. Mona Lee of the USA was 4th in the Olympic Games, won a world relay gold medal back in 2005, and she ran a season's best of 22.30 to qualify for this final. Debbie Ferguson McKenzie at the last 3 Olympics has made both the 100 metres and 200 metres final, 3 gold medals at the Commonwealth Games of 2002, and the world champion at this distance of 200 metres back in 2001. Veronica Campbell-Brown, well, she's got 5 World Championship medals, 5 Olympic medals, twice the Olympic champion, but not a world title. She was 2nd 2 years ago. Veronica Campbell-Brown in lane 5. And the woman who beat her to take the title in Osaka, she also won in 2005. The Olympic silver medalist twice, behind Campbell-Brown, but the world champion twice, Allyson Felix of the USA in lane 6. Fastest in this field this year with 21.88. 2 more Jamaicans on the outside. Simone Facey, 3rd in the American Championships, the 24-year-old American collegiate champion last year. She goes in lane 7. And in lane 8, the former World Youth Champion, twice World Junior Silver Medalist, really coming into fulfilling that potential now. Anisha McLaughlin, the Jamaican, goes in lane 8. She too has smashed her personal best in these championships by running 22.55. So we've got 3 Jamaicans in lanes 5, 7 and 8, but 2 Americans, Lee and the favourite Felix, going in lane 8. With 2 Europeans, Artimata of Cyprus and Freeman of Great Britain in the inside, and another Caribbean athlete, Debbie Ferguson McKenzie, going in lane 4. 2 previous champions, Ferguson McKenzie and Felix, lanes 4 and 6. The final of the women's 200 metres. Campbell-Brown, the Olympic champion, in lane 5. Allyson Felix, twice world champion, outside her in lane 6. Felix settles into her blocks. Artimata, Freeman, Lee, Ferguson McKenzie, Campbell-Brown, Felix, Facey and McLaughlin. The women's 200 metres final. Let's see who can get away quicker. Certainly a very good start by Ferguson McKenzie, and even better, Campbell-Brown outside her, maybe slightly up on Felix, but Felix running really well into the bend. The 2 big favourites here, Campbell-Brown on the inside of Felix, Ferguson McKenzie and Lee on the inside of them. Felix is now coming ahead. Felix is going to win her 3rd successive world title as she goes away from the rest of the field. Campbell-Brown is in 2nd place. Ferguson McKenzie is in 3rd. Muna Lee is in 4th place. 22.02. Felix into her running, and when she gets into her full running, a beautiful sprinter. She's slighter than many of them, but she really is a marvellous athlete. Steve.
Beautiful sprinting, superb sprinting. You won't see better than that. Usain Bolt is power personified, but Felix, beautiful sprinting. She looks so relaxed when she moves away, really. And the other athletes there were in her wake over the last 50 or 60 metres.
Yeah, that was a superb performance by Allyson Felix. But when we get to see the rerun, Simone Facey, the Jamaican, got a really, really fast start in 7. So Felix looked like she had a little bit of work to do. They came into the home straight together, and then Allyson Felix unleashed a beautiful running stride. She makes high-quality sprinting look so easy. And once again, she's beaten the double Olympic champion, Campbell Brown, by some margin as well.
Well, Felix the winner in 22.02. Over 3 metres to spare on Campbell Brown, 22.35. And close up, Ferguson McKenzie at 33. Another medal to her fantastic collection, just ahead of Lee, with McLaughlin and Facey, the other Jamaicans behind, and then the 2 Europeans, Freeman and Artimata. Campbell Brown now has 6 World Championship medals, but it's a silver this time as Felix takes a 3rd successive title.
Well, celebrations will go on, won't they? But I'd like to see that race again, because for me, Allyson Felix really does personify what sprinting is all about. Sheer, beautiful power. And such a relaxed way of sprinting. Here we go. Now watch this. There she is to the left of our picture. Now at this stage, really not much to choose between her and Campbell Brown on her inside. In fact, Campbell Brown, I think, does make a little bit of ground up on her here. But watch from here on in. She senses there's danger, Felix, and starts stretching her legs out. The cadence increases, and really from here on in the last 50 metres, she pulls away by 3 metres. Now look at that stride, look at that technique. You will not see better in women's sprinting, you will not. Campbell Brown in the end finishes in 2nd place, and Ferguson McKenzie of the Bahamas, a wonderful bronze medal.
It's a real contrast of styles as well, isn't it, Steve? Campbell Brown is all stress and all power. Allyson Felix simply flows around the track.
Well, that's why we always, I think, are trying to push her up to 400 metres, because she's got that beautiful capacity to run without any stress and without any power. But you don't need to when you keep winning the 200 metres anyway.
Confirmation of the result of the women's 200 metres. Gold to Allyson Felix, silver to Veronica Campbell Brown, and the bronze to Debbie Ferguson McKenzie.